So again, House Bill 17-1343 prevents the same agency from providing both case management and direct services to the same individual. It also required the department to decide which options CCBs at that point would have to come into compliance with this regulation. Those four options are case management only, so providing just case management, providing direct services only, providing both but not to the same individual, or discontinuing to provide both case management and direct services. Those were the four options. Next slide, please. House Bill 17-1343 also requires business continuity plans from all the community center boards. It allows, the federal rule that came out from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services also allows for a rule exception in geographic areas where there is no other willing or qualified entity to provide case management. That is something that the department has to evaluate and then request from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. It is not something that we just going to say, yes, this can happen in this area. So this legislation that passed last year also required CCBs who were seeking that rule exception to submit that request to the department by July 1st of 2017. On June 9th of 2017, the department sent those four options for compliance along with the information necessary for a rule exception request to be submitted so that they can have that information ahead of time. Another piece of the legislation is it requires that all individuals receiving HCBS must be enrolled in the conflict-free system by by 2022, June 30th, 2022. The business continuity plan that is required from the CCBs was sent out to all CCBs on December 29th of 2017, the requirements for those plans. They must be received to the department by July 1 of 2018. And the department has until June 30th of 2019 to review those for adequacy. And then CCBs have until June 30th of 2020 to make updates to those based off requirements for the department or changes that may go through the system that could potentially impact what they've decided. Next slide, please. Thank you. So next steps, as I stated earlier, well, the task group in 2014 and the statute changes last year were specific to the CCBs and the IDD, individuals with IDD. The federal regulation that came out in 2014 is applicable to all home and community-based services waivers, so it's not just for the three waivers provided for through the community center boards. So the department has to work to align all HCBS waivers and agencies with the same requirements, which would be the rule exceptions, business continuity plans. Other pieces from the legislation of last year required the department to develop case management agency and case manager qualifications. So that work has been underway for the last few months. There were stakeholder involvement the end of November to say this is what the department is thinking those qualifications should be. Please react. Those were held in 4 areas across the state. Along with the webinar, we had representation from individuals, families, guardians, advocates, CCBs, and single entry points in all of our meetings. So we appreciate all that. As I said, CCBs received information for rule exception requests. Those have been in receipt from the department. The business continuity plan requirements have gone out. The qualifications is where we are currently. Those qualifications are what the department feels should be the potential final qualifications were emailed to all stakeholders who are on our list. What was that date, Heather? It was 2 weeks ago? Almost 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
So about
It'll
2
be
weeks
2 weeks
ago.
tomorrow.
Right, thank you. So 2 weeks ago tomorrow, allowing people to review those qualifications and provide additional feedback to the department before we go forward to try to make those as more final as possible. So those have gone out. And like I said, we are working now to align this across all of our HCBS waivers, which impacts all of our current case management agencies. Next slide, please. Yes.